Ooh, nice frosty morning. In the distance there, towards the Crest, as we call it, Crest Woods, you can see like a mist. It's like a freezing fog. Yeah, what's the Cludians like? Oh, not too bad. But yeah, nice frosty one. Yeah, I'm out and about. Being a carer, some dog walkers. Being a carer vlog for many years now. That's what I do, and the signs have been turned around again. Who's turning these signs around? That's what I do. I'm a carer. These signs there, they're swiveling them round. That top one was facing the other way. That was yesterday. So someone's spinning them round. I don't know who's doing it. But yeah, I'm a carer, and every so often I do one of these vlogs. This morning, early start as usual. I'm going for the paper, and then I'll get back, have a nice cup of tea, and then I'm going uptown, and I'm going to walk this time. I'm not taking the car. I'll walk. Got to call in the post office, the Halifax on the High Street, and on the way back calling Lidl's. So I'll see you in a minute. Cup of tea after I get the paper, and then off on my travels. This is Rill Road, by the way. That's into Denbigh, and that's out of Denbigh. Normally you have to stand here for a few minutes to get across. And you can see busy in the filling station. Oh, getting across. So anyway, get the paper, get back, and then I'll have a cup of tea, a couple of things to do. As you can see, nothing like it is when I do my Sunday vlogs. So yeah, and then I'll get back to you. I'll get a cup of tea, and then I'll be off on my travels. So that's it. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, as I say, if you're a regular, every so often I do one of these being a carer vlogs. Not too bad crossing the road. And if you're a regular, you'll know that every Sunday I go for the paper. Well, every morning I go for the paper. But Sunday, straight across, it's absolutely no one about. It's totally different to a weekday. So anyway, got the paper. So I headed back now. Nice frosty morning, which is normal in it for this time of year. And so yeah, I'll get a cup of tea, and then I'll be off on my travels and have a bit of a natter on the way. Just the post office. I've actually got to buy a stamp. I'll explain that. I haven't bought a stamp for years. No one posts stuff these days, do they? So yeah, got to get a stamp and post something in the letterbox. Forgotten how to do that. And then go up to the Halifax. And then call in Lidl's on the way down. So yeah, beautiful morning. Hopefully it's going to be nice and sunny. So anyway, get a cup of tea. Right, out and about. So yeah, this is what I do. I'm a carer. Been a carer now for quite so many years. So I'm going to walk this time. Nice day for a walk. Nice sharp frost this morning. Wow, that sun, it's really strong. And yeah, so calling the post office to buy a stamp. Can't remember the last time I bought a stamp and posted a letter. So yeah, it's the V5, is it? The registration document for my new car. Vauxhall Corsa, 1.3 diesel. Well pleased with it. Really nice car. So I've got to send that off to get it changed. Change the name on the. I think it's the V5, but they call it the logbook, don't they? So yeah, I'll do that. And then there's the Halifax, got to do some banking. Actually got to go into a bank, a Halifax. I'm not doing it online because I'm paying in a cheque. So yeah, the old-fashioned way, innit? So got to do that, and then on the way back down, call in Lidl's. Need to call in Lidl's. So yeah, lovely day. Absolutely cracking morning. So yeah, well pleased with my car. I've had it about a week now. Vauxhall Corsa, and the tax £30 for a year. That's all it costs to tax it, and the fully comp insurance is only cheap as well. But so yeah, £30 for tax. Can't get over that. You wouldn't grumble at £30 for 6 months, but £30 a year to tax it. It's a really nice car, one of the best cars I've ever had. So anyway, so I'm just joining Rill Road. So I'll be heading up town. I may call in the main post office on the high street there to buy a stamp. Anyway, see you in a minute. Okay, just heading into the bottom of town, as we call it, Townsend. So yeah, getting a stamp and posting a letter. It's a novelty, that. But with these posties, they're on strike. They're taking strike action now. So I don't know, they've got so much opposition, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. Probably the majority don't want to strike. It's only these still union bosses and stuff like that. You know, probably the majority of the workers, they want to work, they want to go to work, you know, but it's one out, all out and stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, anyway, this is Townsend, bottom of town. So this is the bottom of Vale Street, heading up. This is the main road, heading up into the Denbigh Town. So yeah, I've got a couple of things coming off eBay. So I ordered some batteries about a week ago, and they were, well, you know, when you order them off eBay, they give you a date, and they were a week late because of these strikes. I did eventually get them, but they were a week late. It's not the seller's fault, you know, they dispatched them on time. It's just the post on strike. So when I'm going to get my stuff off eBay, who knows? Anyway, I could get that from there. That's McCall's. That's like a sub post office, but I think I'll get it from the main post office at the top of town there. Right, I'll see you in a minute. There's Aldi, by the way. It's Aldi's, and more or less just opposite Aldi is Lidl's, which I'll call the Lidl's on the way back. Busy, busy, busy. As I say, this is the busiest road in Denbigh. There's no other road like it. Talked about this before. It's got all the biggest buildings in Denbigh, and there's no other road like it. It's the busiest road in Denbigh, as you can see. Got wagons turning into. It's probably delivering to Aldi, so get across the road. So anyway, this is heading up to top of town. Our local constabulary. Wonder if it's a copper that I know. A lot of the police know me through the hospital, through the mental. Anyway, there's Lidl. I'll be calling there on the way down. So yeah, so I get on with the police, get on with them well. Especially if I'm doing something with a mental and they happen to be passing. 9 times out of 10 they'll stop and we'll have a chat. So anyway, yeah, so there's Lidl. Calling there on the way back. Yeah, get on with the police, fine. North Wales Police. They nice fruit and veg there. Oh yeah, Evan Pearce Memorial. There's the statue there. Memorial Gardens are open now too. They've been shut for quite some time. Something to do with the fountains. I'll show you now. they were dangerous or leaking or something. There's 2 fountains there, and there was something wrong with them apparently. Okay, you have to bear with me, sorry about that. The batteries went flat. You get no warning on this camera, even if I'm looking at the screen at the back. It doesn't warn you. The batteries just shut. The camera just shuts down. So yeah, they were saying it was something to do with the fountains apparently. These here, they were in a dangerous state or something like that, and this place was shut for many years. And I'll show you here, over here now. There's a separate place with the benches and stuff. This is the Evan Pierce Memorial Gardens. He was a doctor with the cholera epidemic. Apparently, you can look it up. But this is the quiet area. I say quiet, there's an explosion or something just went off then. So anyway, there's some benches there. But it's, I don't know, you go through this half here and it's nice and peaceful and quiet. It's weird. But anyway, head off uptown. So yeah, it's something to do with the cholera epidemic. It's gone off again. Anyway, so sorry about that. Batteries went dead on me. Anyway, this little, as I say, I'll call there on the way down. Head up Vale Street, up to the top of town. So yeah, this is Vale Street. As I said earlier, there's no other street like it in Denbigh. It's got all the biggest and grandest buildings. It's where all the hierarchy and the top people used to live. Top most important people of Denbigh and all that. So live in these big mansions. No other street like it in Denbigh. And it's the busiest road. It's the main road coming in. There's someone waving at me there. Someone obviously watches my videos. I get it quite often now. I get hoots, and some people shout, "Denbigh vids!" So it's all good. Yeah, like I say, it's the busiest road in and out of Denbigh. Vale Street. And that there, Magelli. That's one of the first brick-built buildings in Wales. Don't know what it dates back to. I've done a few videos on it, but Magelli, first, or one of the first. I think it's the very first brick-built house in Wales. So you can see the size of these buildings is absolutely massive. That's the old police station. That's where the old police station was. Shut years ago now, I'm not sure, it's probably flats now, but that was the old police station originally. Anyway, keep going. Wow, draft from that then. See all it needs. Oh, down there, across Park Street, you come to Middleton College, which it was Howell School. You turn right, bear left, and you come to the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. Almost never mentioned it then. See how cold it is. Lovely morning though. Yeah, Goblin Tower, which is haunted. Anyway, keep going. The old Kings, or what was the Kings, Bob the Kings. Used to call it the glue pot because the carpet used to be sticky with all the spilt beer. The old Kings. Yeah, Bob the Kings. He's one of the good landlords. Yeah, talking about banks, there's a HSBC. Its banks are shut now. There. That was the old NatWest, that shut years ago. Barclays, just round the corner, that shut years ago. And that is going to close in August next year. They're closing 114 branches. Banks. No one goes to a bank now, do they? I'm only going to the Halifax because I got a cheque to pay in. There's the stocks and the cross. And the reason it's shaped like that's not the original. It was located somewhere else, but butchers used to come out of the shops and used to sharpen their knives on it. So you can see it there, it's where it's worn away. Used to use it to sharpen the knives. But yeah, HSBC, and yeah, I'll go up here, I'll show you. This is where Barclays Bank, they shut years ago. That's the old Barclays, they've gone. And there is the Guildhall Tavern. But it's the, it was the Bull, it's the Guildhall Tavern now. We get across. But it was the Bull Hotel. I was very friendly with the owner's son, Jeremy, his name was. Can't remember his father's name now. But yeah, that's the Bull Hotel. We were in there when we were kids. And hanging there, I've talked about it, under the barrels there. If you look at old photos, under there you'll see a bunch of grapes hanging there. See the barrels there? There's a bunch of grapes hanging there. If you Google it and look at some old photos, you'll see the grapes. And going back many years now, I think it was when I was a kid, them grapes vanished and no one knows what happened to them. I mean, how can you get up there? You can't exactly climb up there. Well, that's where they were, under that there, under them barrels. They were hooked on, a little bunch of grapes. As I say, look at an old photo and you'll see them. But it just vanished. Don't know, no one knows what happened to them. Anyway, it's the post office, where that fella's just come out there. I'll pop in there now and get a stamp. Can't remember the last time I bought a stamp, but anyway, get a stamp and I'll talk to you in a minute. Right, this is top of town. I'll just show you Henry Morton Stanley, Dr. Livingstone, I presume, in the pose of when he met Dr. Livingstone. Dr. Livingstone, I presume, Henry Morton Stanley. Anyway, this is a top of town. 95p for a first class stamp. Wow! I can't remember, I think the last time I bought a first class stamp it cost about 10p. Something like that. So anyway, 95 pence for a first class stamp. Ooh. Anyway, this is top of town, and the Halifax is just the bottom of the, well, Highgate. They call it Love Lane, but first half is Highgate, and then it's Love Lane by Rudy's. Anyway, this is the High Street, Denbigh Town, and yeah, just got to pay in a cheque in Halifax, which is just over there. Ah, you see the sign there? Beep beep beep. Yeah, that's Halifax, so I'll pay that in, and then I just got to walk all the way back down, and I'll be passing Lidl's. I just want to call in Lidl's. Ah, a bit of a kerfuffle, a bit of hassle, because it wasn't my account. It's the person that I care for. It was their account, and they seen the name. It says, "Is it a joint account or something?" And I says, "No." "Oh, you can't pay it in." I said, "Well, I'm a carer." This is the person I care for is disabled, and you know, they can't make it in. I said, "I do all the banking, I do all the financing and everything." She looked at me and grumbled a bit and said, "Well, just give me the card," and she fiddled about on the computer and then did it then. I mean, you know, different if I was withdrawing money, you know, it's a different thing, isn't it? You know, if I was taking money out of someone's account, but I'd pay money in. So I told her, I says, the person, I'm a carer, and you know, I do all the, that's all, another thing I do all the banking. Like I say, I usually do it online. You know, the last time I paid a cheque in, I can't remember, but you know, it had to be done. But anyway, I told her and she said, "Oh, okay then." Anyway, it's the Angel. It's the war memorial with the poppies. Look, there's the Christmas tree. So yeah, anyway, back down now. That was the old market there, which is now the library, because they moved it years ago now. And yeah, so anyway, heading back down to Lidl's. I call it Lidl's, right to the bottom of town. So yeah, anyway, tell them straight, innit? You know, as I say, if I was taking money out, I can understand it. But yeah, with all these banks closed, the HSBC here now, and this chocolate shop, that's gone. That closed back quite a few months ago now. People can't survive, can they? But they're going. 114 shops. There's only, well, the Halifax, not about it. There's no other bank. There was the NatWest, and there was Barclays. They've shut now. Thank you. But they shut now. They've probably thought, Denbigh doing another video. Let him pass. So yeah, but Halifax, they'll probably shut. They're only open about 4 days a week now. And I think it's 9:30 till 2:30 they shut at 2:30. No one uses banks, do they? I went in there at Halifax, there was no one in there. I went in the post office, no one in there. You know, so they can't keep going, can they? Yeah, so this is where the NatWest was. And that shut years ago. I think that was one of the first to go. Anyway, keep going. Lidl's the next stop. There's Post Office Lane. You see there, with the bell on the corner there. They put the bell there when this pavement wasn't here. All this pavement, all that wasn't there, and the old cars were cut in the corner and they were hitting the wall. So what they did was they put a bell there. There's the old bell. Stop cars cut in the corner. Like I say, all that pavement there, that wasn't there, so they put a bell there. The old Hawk and Buckle, the old Hawk and Buckle pub, many a few pints in there, and they've still got the old sign. They've still kept it. I'll show you now. It's the Hawk and the Buckle. Hawk there and the Buckle. They still kept the old sign, but this was a Hawk and Buckle pub. That's what it was called. Right, keep going. Beautiful day. I love a day like this. Nice frosty start. It's quite cold now, but lovely frosty walk. Frosty vlog. Okay, it's Lidl's. Last port of call. Lidl's. Get a few things from there. Opposite the gardens, which I showed you earlier. Anyway, this is Lidl's. And there's the old Hope and Anchor. Don't know what's happening with that now. That's the only pub in Denbigh that I've never been in. It's Hope and Anchor. I don't know what's happened to it now. Anyway, keep going. I think I'll cut through. Oh, that there, that shop there, was called Shop Ding Dong. So when you opened the door, I love it when people look at me. When you opened the door, there was a little bell, and it used to go ding dong. It was like a fruit and veg and like a general groceries and stuff like that. But like I say, when you opened the door, it used to ring a little bell, and it used to go ding dong. So they called it Shop Ding Dong. And there, Claire's Hairdressers. That was old JP Davis. It was wine and, you know, off-license beers, wines, beers and spirits and stuff. It was JP Davis, but we just call it JP's. Right, there's Lidl. No, sorry, there's Aldi. I've been to Lidl. There's Aldi. So yeah, see, I yap too much. Trying to cross the road. I do all my own stunts. So yeah, it's quite busy in Aldi. It's where the old railway station was. I'll show you roughly where the railway station was. I got a stall there. So yeah, it was roughly there. somewhere there roughly. That was the old railway station. My tide, which is Andy Grant, that's my grandfather. For those of you outside of Wales, in Wales you don't have a grandmother and a grandfather, you have a 9 and a tide. So my tide, Andy Grant, he was the head man on the Denbigh Railway. So anyway, so yeah, Aldi, station yard. This is where I used to work, my first job straight from school. I think it must have been about 1978. Cut through here. Well, I'll show you when I get a bit nearer, show you where it was. Yeah, straight from school, 1978. It was Quick Save. This is where the Quicks was. We should call it Quicks, you know, and there, where you see the red, that's where I used to work. It's totally different to what it looked like. It was BMS and Barker's tyres and exhausts was there next door, and like you go round the corner to get into the Quicks itself, and there was a newsagent's, butcher's, bakery and a little chemist and furniture place, as well as the Quicks itself, you know, the supermarket. But that's it, that's where I started, straight from school. BMS motor spares, selling motor spares. And then I was there for about 3 years, and then moved to Rill, and I was the assistant manager. Had some great laughs in Rill with Simon and Bert. We used to call it the madhouse. So yeah, that's the Quick Save. Used to come down on I used to live in Love Lane then, Love Lane garage. Just come down on my bike. My Rally Arena 5-speed. I even remember the bike I had. But yeah, that's the old Quick Save. Cuts through to Rill Road, where that van's just pulling in. Anyway, heading back. See you in a minute. And that place there, which is Simply Fish and Chips, it's called now. That was Vron's shop. It was like general stores, you know, news agents and stuff like that. Danny used to run it. So anyway, called Vron's shop. Simply Fish now. Wow, it's getting colder. I'm sure it's starting to freeze. It's only about 10:30 in the morning. It's got a lot colder from when I first started out. Anyway, that'll do me. So I hope you enjoyed my little walkabout and my vlog, being a carer. They thought I was going to cross on the zebra crossing there, so they stopped. So yeah, I just cross here, don't use that. I've never used that. Never stood there and waited for a car to stop, but they did. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching my little natter and vlog of being a carer, and I'll see you again.